Mic check. What's good, guys? Your boy Hugo the Savage back again with a Monday Night Raw review. Raw is the beige, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But big up to everyone inside, man. Yeah, man. Somber Savage and that, man. Chilling out here, man. You don't know what it is, bro. Yeah, we're here to chop up Monday Night Raw, review it, break it down, talk about the talking points, stuff we liked, stuff we didn't, stuff that we think we can improve on. You guys know the sketch by now, but people who haven't been tuning into the Raw Review Show, obviously, we've only been doing it. We haven't done it that often, to be honest. But since I decided to move most of the reaction videos over to TikTok, just based on copyright claims, I thought I said last week I'll throw another review up, and I did. So we'll do that, man. For all the people who come and watch it later on, big up to you guys. I expect more people to watch it later on than actually live, because, as I said, man, currently shadow banned on on YouTube. Don't know the reason why. The only reason I can ever think of is maybe multiple copyright claims or something like that. But no, I've got no strikes on my channel. And yeah, it's definitely confirmed to me. I just checked through YouTube, and it says that I was live 3 hours ago on my own channel, which is it's impossible because I just went live now 3 minutes ago. So, but yeah, nonetheless, that's fine because I can break it down, and then obviously you guys can watch it later on, bro, as a separate video. Highly anticipated Raw off the back of a very exciting Survivor Series. A Survivor Series that offered a lot to pro wrestling and the wrestling world, offered a lot to the fans, offered a lot individually to WWE fans in general. And yeah, man, gave us a bit of everything. And, you know, we got the return of Randy Orton, we got the return of R-Truth, we got the return of CM Punk. Currently, all those guys are on Monday Night Raw, which definitely helped fill out today's Raw or last night's Raw. And I thought it was decent. I can't remember what I said about last week's Raw, but I don't think I gave it a very good rating. But this one was good. The hit or miss on a few things, maybe, but that's probably preference. I just think that there's certain things they could have fed into a little bit more. Start of new storylines, kind of. And I think that's what I normally look for off the back of pay-per-views, is if there's a storyline to build from a pay-per-view, or is there a storyline to end something that happened previously. I think we know, if you've been watching wrestling a long time, especially if you've been watching it from back in the day, you've probably gathered the wrestling formula by now of how things work. And pay-per-views, obviously there wasn't as frequent back in the day, which helped, because I think, you know what I mean, but at least once a month there will be a culmination of whatever storyline was building up on Raw and SmackDown, Velocity, Heat, all those things, and it will come to a head in the pay-per-view, or it would build up even more if it was on the way to like a Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania, because they're the big four. So, and if it does cut off at that point, then when you get the Raw after them programs, you expect to see inklings of a new story, not full on, you know, little teasers here or there, a couple of cliffhangers, few planting seeds for the flower to grow in the future. And I'll get to if I think anything happened today. The new formula is a bit weird, but we'll talk about that as well. Big up to Anna in the chat. Hope you're well. Anna says, watch Raw and still can't quite believe Punk is back. Raw was a decent show. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy he's back. But yeah, let's get into the review, because I don't need to spend too much time here. Gonna spend a bit of time extra on different segments, because there's some things that are more important than others, and some things are throwaways, some things are not even worth talking about, so I'll brush past them. But if you guys want to talk about anything in general, throw it in the chat. If you're in the live stream, if you're not, then big up to you guys. We'll see you guys in the later part. So Anna said, yeah, the pay-per-views are usually a blow-off for a feud or a misdirect, adding another layer to the story. Exactly what Anna means by that is, for example, the Gunther and Miz feud hasn't been very long. I think it started, what we're going to say, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe, on the Miz TV. And they turned the Miz babyface. And then a week after that, he was involved with Imperium. And then a week after that, he got his title match. Story, that's not long-term booking. You could end it, but that would be the modern way to do it. Or we saw today, which we'll get to, the Miz asked for another title shot. Gunther said no. So what would happen in the past? Not this particular story. But for example, is the Miz would go to Adam Pearce. I need a title shot against. Well, I want a rematch. I need my rematch. Well, you don't get a rematch contracted, and you're not because you're not the champion. So Gunther refusing to fight him, get to the back of the queue. Now, the next thing what would happen is they would start to build up people to fight Gunther, and the Miz would start at the back of the queue or a certain way and probably fight 5 people in 5 different weeks, trying to build his way up. Then there'll be a number 1 contenders match, and the Miz would win, and he'd get back to Gunther, and then he would fight him, and he would either win or lose. And if he wins, well, there's the blow off. If he doesn't win, and there's no heel turn and there's none of that business, then he really does go to the back of the pile. And it's very simple. You move on from there. You're either chasing the title, or you're the champion. Or another thing what could happen to the Miz is when he gets to the number 1 contender match, or is about to fight Gunther and is in a match, somebody could interfere in the match who had a problem with the Miz back in the day, cost him the title, and then he would go off with a storyline with that person for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, and it would circle all the way back round to maybe Royal Rumble where the Miz throws out Gunther, and then Gunther gets angry. He's like, you know what, I'm going to give you a match at WrestleMania. I'm going to beat you on the grandest stage in the mall. They would have a fight, and then the Miz would win. I literally just explained a simple method of how wrestling works. It's worked for many years. We've seen it many times. Austin, I'm going for the title. I need to get the title of Triple H. Vince McMahon. Austin, you son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. Has to fight Vince, go through Vince, has to go through the corporate ministry. Then he has to go through one of Vince's lackeys. Then he'll end up in a match against Vince, probably. Then he'll win the Royal Rumble, and then he'll fight Triple H. Simple. Same with The Rock, Misdirect, Triple H. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of how it goes, isn't it? And that's where the payoff is, but we'll see anyway. Anyway, big up, Anna. But yeah, it's a shame because when I say, like, I've just explained it, it sounds like I'm being cocky. I'm really not, because obviously, even though I put my ideas forward, and I still believe that if I had the structuring of writing like a journalist would have, or like a actual TV writer, I could write this show. I really believe so. Only if I had that, though. So I've got the creative part, and I don't have and I don't have the job to do it. You're not paying me money, so I'm not. There's no incentive. But because it's just simple, because I like TV, I watch movies. I got a whole channel dedicated to movies and stuff like that, and they've all got a formula. And I think wrestling over the years, all the companies, by the way, have gone away from a TV structure to TV structure, and they've gone to a wrestling match. We're having a wrestling match. Of course, we all watch the wrestling matches. We do watch alongs all the time. You guys, oh, that was a great move there. I say the same thing. Oh my God, the Spanish Fly, that was beautiful. Oh, he's done the Canadian Destroyer. But that's all right if you're Bad Bunny and you're not a wrestler and you go and do a Canadian Destroyer at WrestleMania. That's amazing. It's Bad Bunny. We're not expecting to have a, you know what I mean? But if it's somebody else, I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat, because I know you're gonna tell me both on it. So let's just for in a perfect world, let's say that all of the wrestlers are of a very good standard, in it. Not great, just a very good standard. No botches and stuff like that. Even though they can happen to everyone, but no botches. They're really good in the ring. They've all got good finishing moves and good signature moves, but they've all got like 5-6 moves like The Rock and Austin in it. Would you guys choose to have way better wrestling than what I just said, in terms of like Ricochet style wrestling and Young Bucks and stuff like that? Or would you choose great storylines and great characters? Remember, they're all at a perfect level. Tell me who you'd pick. Because if anyone, I'm expecting a younger crowd to tell me the wrestling. And that's not a bad thing. That's obviously, that's their preference. But I'll say this to the cows come home. I say this every week. I watch UFC. I watch kickboxing, bro. So that's where I get my wrestling, where it's just based on pure competitiveness, kicking someone's face off. That's what I want to see. I would listen. Sometimes I get pissed off if I stay up to watch UFC and then the main event is at 6 a.m. and it finishes in 30 seconds. I'm excited while I'm watching it, but I'm like, oh fucking hell, I stayed up for that long. If you ever put a WWE match on for me, what lasted 30 seconds, I would lose my mind, bro. Because I'm here for stories. Storytelling's everything, bro. At the end of the day, they raved on about Raw is the longest running episodic TV of all time, bro. Did you hear what I said? Of all time. TV episode, bro. It's Friends, bro. Without bro, it's I don't get. It's not a failure, bro. It's EastEnders. It's The Bold and the Beautiful. It's Dynasty. It's all these things, bro. It's soap opera and drama and wrestling, and it all culminates into this thing we call pro wrestling. And there's nothing like it on the planet. The problem is how wrestling is. It's becoming like everything else, and you can't do that. And the reason why everyone else gets away with it and WWE doesn't, or AEW doesn't, or TNA doesn't, is because we know the truth in it. We know that, like, when you said you wanted this guy dead in the ring, we know that you really wish him well and you wish his family well and you hope that his kids are doing great. When you say this guy's a son of a bitch and I want him at the company, we know that you'd rather him get paid and enjoy time on his honeymoon with his wife. So because we know that, you have to give us storylines, because everything made about the wrestling is like, okay, does wrestling to you guys even look like wrestling anymore? Certain people do look like they're wrestling, but some people look like it looks like choreographed dancing almost. And I don't know if that's me being a snob, bro, and I'm just so used to it. But I'm sure you guys see it as well. Sometimes you're like, I can see you waiting for the move. Like, you're not even good at what you do. I can see you waiting for that move. I can see you thinking about the next step in terms of what that guy's doing. I can see when he body slammed you and Bret Hart would have done something where his hair would have covered your face so you never would have seen it. But now I can see you going, yo, do it now, do it now. I can see, bro, it's not good, bro. But you know what? When you go back and watch the WWE Network and watch old Raws and SmackDowns, it's probably there from some of the wrestlers. But guess what? Why would I notice that when the storyline was so good? I would never know. I would never know. Some of the best to do it, man. Triple H and Bret Hart and The Rock and Austin and stuff like that. The Rock and Austin were so good at it. They looked like they were talking shit to you in the ring. The Austin would do all of this in your head when he'd be swearing at you and that. For all we know, which is probably true, Austin's probably going, yeah, you motherfucker Rock, and in a minute you need to Irish whip me and choke slam me, bro, because I need you to get that pin, bro. But we got about 2 minutes because the ref just told me. To us, it looks like it's called a Rock, the son of a bitch, and I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in you. When the Rock's doing all that business to him and doing all of this, bro, for all we know, the Rock's calling him it looks like it's calling him a jabroni, and I'm gonna lay the smack down on you. But for all we know, the Rock's like, listen, I've laid you in the rock bottom now. I've got one more to go. After that, we got about 1 minute to go. The ref just told me this, lay the pin on me. Very simple. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the comment section now, and then when I finish these comments, we're going to go straight into the Raw review. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to sidetrack and miss anything. So big up everyone inside. Okay, where we got Anna from here. Big up Anna. Why is the thing still yellow? I changed it to black, and it's not. All right, we'll go back to black now. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Orton will now be feuding with the Judgment Day. I want Orton to take out everyone with the Punk kick until Rhea is left. Alka's Rhea in a no disqualification title match. Cool. I enjoy watching the storytelling matches off. See, storytelling matches on it. Big up Brian. I hope you're well, man. Big up Ray. Yeah, thanks, bro. Always my favorite wrestler. He doesn't have a lot of moves, same as Roman, but you can tell a story in the ring. Bro, you're so right. We watched Roman from lockdown up until now, and every match he has, it's a whole story. I can name, I know I'm a Roman Reigns guy in it, but I can name them, bro, with stories in it. KO. Remember when he dropped KO on the stairs, bro? The story, the whole thing throughout the match and that last man standing, Cesaro, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. Like, bruv, there was a story for everything that was going on. Whatever. Spot fest matches have their place, and I don't mind them once in a while. But when the story is involved and wrestlers are flowing and selling the story, that's where I agree. I agree. Spot fest matches, there's nothing wrong with them. But what we used to see was remember when we was growing up, not even just when we was growing up, just take it 20 years, 15 years. There was like, at one point, there was the cruiserweight title, there was the light heavyweight title, there was the hardcore title, intercontinental title, US title, WWE championship, world heavyweight championship, and then the women, the Divas title at the time. And then in between that, you still had over these matches. Hardcore match is pretty much a spot fest with different weapons and that. Plays for it. It's a hardcore match. If we're not going to see spots in it, then why would we watch a 24/7 title with no weapons? So there's the place for that. Light heavyweight or cruiserweight. The cruiserweight's there for that. They're gonna have the odd guy who's telling a story, but in between that, you think like what story was we looking at with Funaki and Tajiri the whole time and Jamie Noble? But even them, they still had a bit of character to them. Jamie Noble and Nydia, they had all these different things. You had the mid card belts. Then what we had was, if there was some lucha involved, which back in the day, you probably get like one lucha on your card or two. Now the shitloads are everywhere, and it's sad for them because you've got a mask on. You don't separate yourself from each other. Rey Mysterio is always going to be separated from the rest of the luchas because he's the greatest of all time and he's been around in it. But now, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, I think these people are great. Remember the Lucha House Party? Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and somebody else. Who was the other one? I can't remember. There was another one. And then you've got and then you got Dragon Lee now. Thank God Santos took his mask off. You got Axiom. What's the difference between all of them? Because I'll tell you one thing. At one point, I was convinced that Kalisto might be Rey Mysterio because their face looked the same between the mask and that. There's no difference, so they can't separate themselves. And sadly, and I don't want this for anyone, if you can't separate yourself in wrestling, you kind of shouldn't be there, bro. And I think where WWE went wrong is when they got rid of loads of people. I'm not saying they got rid of the wrong people. I don't want anyone. Lindsay Dorado, yeah, thanks, Anna. I don't want anyone to lose their job. So I'm not one of the people. Why'd you bring Nia back? You should have got rid of her. Don't bring Eva Marie back. I don't care. I don't want anyone to lose their job, whether I like them or not. But what I will say is, some of the people you got rid of had different qualities about them. Aleister Black wasn't like anybody else. He just wasn't. Leo Rush can do the storytelling. He's good on the mic. And he can do the spot stuff as well. If you want to put him against Ricochet, you can. If you want to put him as a manager with Bobby Lashley, you can. So, Sasha Banks, she's not like all the other women wrestlers. Something a little bit different to her. Can tell a story. One of the best. So you see where, I know that they didn't get rid of her. There was the walking out thing, but it's a bit crazy still. Exactly what I mean. I said the place, but yeah, for example, you know what would have been a great story, which they did, and then they failed. Ricochet versus Logan Paul. I get it. Logan's new, so anytime he does stuff, it's like, wow, Logan. But eventually, the more he wrestles, it's going to run out. And then when he runs out of wild stuff to do, he won't look as good. But guess what? He's good on the mic. Ricochet, the guy's got a problem, and he keeps talking shit to your missus. He made your missus say his name after he won a title, bro. And then remember, he came back and attacked him again. We ain't seen anything since. He should be coming down in a hoodie and combat trousers every time Logan Paul steps in the building. And the whole storyline should be, Logan, you got to apologize to my missus. And I mean, you could make a whole storyline just off that. You will apologize. I watched Velveteen Dream. The whole story he had with Aleister Black and these wrestlers was, say my name. I'm not joking. All they wanted him to do, he's just like, listen, I need respect and say my name. Aleister Black beat him, Black Mass, everything. And then he said his name after the match. Move on with the storyline. I agree. I agree, bro. The facial expressions, he does the superhero promos and that. And I met Ricochet before. Great guy, bro. Great guy. Followed his career, Lucha Underground, bro. But like, big up Khaled. Val Venus was not the same as Boss Man. Rick Rude was not as like Tonka, separate characters, different moveset, but flowed storyline basis. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, it's 100% true. Savage, big up. Who do you think Punk feud with? The same about Randy. We'll get to that, Daz, on the review. Big up, bro. Say it louder for the people in the back. Savage preach. Yeah, man. It's just like, come on, man. Like, what we doing here? It's the storylines are not. Listen, I'm sure everyone in the chat loves movies like I do. And I promise you, every movie you've watched and some of the best you've ever watched were not complicated stories. They put detail in them, but the story wasn't complicated in it. And you can give me any story, I'll break it down within a minute of what the story's about. And then if you want, and then you're gonna get intriguing, intimate stories where it's all detailed and that, and they've got their place as well. But come on, man, the best movies, bro. What's the IMDb top movies of all time list? Some of them are my favorites, isn't it? I think they've always got like Godfather 1, Dark Knight at the top as well. I think Godfather's number 1, Dark Knight's number 2. You probably got like Forrest Gump and that in there. Forrest Gump, the guy was a little bit, had a disability when he was younger and that. People thought he was stupid, but he was actually he had more logic than most of the other people. And he just wanted to be a good person. So he said yes to everything and went on a whole journey going through all these world events. And he was involved in them just being a good person. And the world wasn't always nice to him. There's a story. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But he was life within it. Great stuff. The Godfather. Oh, it's simple gang stuff, isn't it? You got the head guy, you know what I mean, who's the Godfather and stuff. You got his sons. He wants his sons to look after the business, do all these stuff. You know what I mean? Gang business, bro. The Dark Knight, it's Batman. This is very simple. It's dark against light. It's criminals against whatever. It's who's right, who's wrong. Is Batman right for beating up criminals who are poor when you're a rich man? Or maybe it's not. Same thing. We can move on. It's very easy. Matrix, simulation world. Let's go. Is this a real world? Is it not? This is what we've got, bro. It's very simple. Anyway, let's get to the Raw review. I'm glad you guys are here, man, and I hope I didn't take up too much of your time, but love me for it, and you know what I mean? Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Monday Night Raw. Let's go to the top. You see the boy CM Punk, November 27th, 2023. CM Punk states that the best in the world has returned. Well, let's start where we started, but first off, kick off the show with Randy Orton and a promo. Great promo from Randy Orton. Randall Keith Orton, big guy, looking like a real heavyweight. Love him. So glad he's back. For me, I know that CM Punk is the biggest talking point, but Randy, that's my guy, man. He got a great promo. He spoke about his injury, and he also spoke about he's got receipts for every member of the bloodline. Any man who put him on the shelf, he's got receipts for. Now, this is why some people still got it, because what does that set up straight away? What it sets up, first of all, for the reason I got put on the shelf, I'm not. He said, I can always forgive, but I'll never forget. I think that's what he said. Always the other way around. But straight away, what did all the fans think? This is why it's great. All of us sat there and gone, oh shit, I thought he was cool with Jay now. Maybe not. You got a segment later on where Jay approached him, said like, yo, I apologize, bro. I was different back then. And Randy kind of gave him the, nah, man, it's cool. As long as you're not a member, part of the bloodline, that's fine. But I'm going to go and get them in it. I'm going to have to do this and all that stuff. And they shook hands and all that. And Randy didn't even do the evil face at the end as a cliffhanger. But we know Randy is literally, they call him the Viper. He's a snake, bro. Like, he could do the babyface thing, take out the bloodline the whole time, and still come back for Jay. Because he's got to get Jay with an RKO at some point. You just got to get him in it. But while he was cutting his promo, yeah, he was attacked by the Judgment Day. Got the better of him in some instances. And, yeah, he was talking to Rhea. Oh, yeah, you call yourself mommy, daddy's home and all that, bro. It was great. It was great to see him back. His promo was intense. He got the better of Rhea on the mic, which isn't hard to do, but she's such a fan favorite. Rhea Ripley literally could be babyface right now, and nobody would care because people love her in it. But I love that promo. It was attacked by JD and Dom. Got the better of them, threw him out the ring, threw JD into the flipping ring post, got Dom out the ring, and then told him that, listen, Dom, I'm going to go and find Adam Pearce, and I'm going to make sure you're in the ring tonight against me. And then he set up a match between Randy and Dominic, which we got later on in the night. And obviously that segment I spoke about with Jey Uso and Randy Orton was in the middle of the show, which is good. It's what Anna said earlier about threading programming. That's how you do it. Every story has to have a start, middle, and end, and otherwise it ends up being a terrible story. And the start was the promo. The middle was the little story in between, which kept us thinking, because we were like, well, if he said he's going to take out the bloodline, flipping out Jay. Which is good, because at least we know that otherwise we would have had questions. He's just going to be friends with Jay. That easy. Now we know. And then towards the end of the show, we got him there. So yeah, big up to Randy Orton still. Moving on from there, we had the tag team turmoil #1 contenders match for the undisputed tag team championships. What the Judgment Day have, of course. There are a few teams in this. We started off with DIY defeating the Alpha Academy. This Alpha Academy was I'm confused. It was Tozawa and yeah, Otis and it. Bit of a weird one when it comes to, you know. Let me get to the comments first. I'll just see what's big up everyone inside, man. One hit story, wrestlers just come back and go and do completely some. Yeah. That's true. The Orton Rhea combo was brilliant. I kept thinking, careful, Rhea. Remember Beth Phoenix or Nia. Orton got no problem going. That's what I was thinking as well. Because remember when we was doing the watch along, I was like, surely if Rhea comes into this war game cell, she's gonna get RKO'd. But the fact he just left it hanging there, everyone was on edge, and every time he moved a little bit closer, every time he stepped a little bit, that keeps you thinking, keeps you on your toes. But it was great. Yeah, to this tag team turmoil. I don't particularly like these because I'll tell you why I don't like tag team turmoil matches, because it makes all the tag teams look weak. Like, you can literally in these matches only one tag team come out looking strong. One, because there's so many matches you gotta have. It's all on one show. And at least if you have like say you had a triple threat tag team match for a triple threat tag team ladder match, or back in the day we used to have like TLC, the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian. When the match is finished, whoever won was the winner, but nobody looked weak because it was such a slog to try and beat them. Obviously on this it wasn't. The fact that Tozawa and I'm every week I'm saying the Alpha Academy lose too much. So I'm not mad at it, but obviously DIY, I didn't think I'd say this year, but I have to be honest. I feel like DIY is only going to work on NXT, bro. The fans have they were so great. They were so great on NXT as a tag team and separately against each other. But I swear, the fans had zero reaction to them. Like, the fans react to the Alpha Academy more, and it's a shame because Gargano and Ciampa in NXT, top of the card, man. Ciampa, when he used to come out with no theme music, and Goldie, top heel. Their 3 matches, what they had back to back against each other, Last Man Standing and Falls Count Anywhere and all that. Amazing. Johnny Gargano turning evil. Amazing. Then the heel turn on each other. Amazing. DIY is not going to work on the main roster. I'm sorry. I'll give them one more chance by sending them to SmackDown and see if they can do something over there, but it's not going to work. And now, obviously, the tag teams are undisputed and linked together and stuff like that. It means there's only one set of tag teams, and these guys are going to fall to the back of the pile. But obviously, yeah, Alpha Academy won. They moved on from there. Obviously, you go straight into your next match against Indashir. You already know how I feel about Indashir. Yeah, I mean, Veer Mahan is in Indashir, and that's my guy. And yes, they cut all them promos on Veer Mahan back in the day, and they made nothing of him. Now, Indashir, that is a group with Sangha, Veer Mahan, and then obviously they had the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, and it part of that crew. You can easily make something out of that crew. I'm sorry. I don't care if everyone's sensitive nowadays. Somewhere on this card, someone has to hate America, bro. I just believe so. There's too many people from all over the country and stuff like that, in different countries. I'm just like, just let them hate America, bro. Just let them say that the American people are arrogant so they can build some heat on it. You know what I mean? We had it with Rusev back in the day as well. I'm here for that. Big up ends in the chat. Big up, bro. So I'm here for that. But Indashir got taken out. They're weak. Nobody cares about them. They might as well go NXT as well. It's looking sad, but most people can't even tell me the members. So obviously Gargano and Ciampa won 2 matches there and back to back. I mean, they lost and then moved on. DIY defeating Indashir, and then the Creed brothers defeat DIY. Creed brothers are a great tag team. Again, they're a great in-ring tag team. But one thing they do have is their whole story anyway is very easy. They came from, was it the Diamond Mine? The Diamond Mine just based off being pure athletes, pure grappling wrestlers, real life wrestlers. it's the easiest story to build. And the thing what upsets me is Alpha Academy already have that story in the vault and they don't use it, bro. They should be walking around arrogant. I think Otis said that he done wrestling in school. You see the size of him. Chad Gable's got an Olympic medal. And obviously they're trying to train Maxine. And then obviously Tozawa's there as well. But we could just lie about a story for Tozawa. Or we can say that he's been going through camp with him. I told you, do the team angle 2.0, bro. It's not hard. But just have more arrogance. We're the best. Remember that the team angle were called the best tag team in the world because they were the best tag team in the world in terms of what they could do in the ring when they had a voice piece. Now, bro, they have to do everything. It's not hard, man. But Creed Brothers defeat DIY, just burying DIY again. Anyway, it's one of them. I think they finished it with the Brutus Ball, which I think they finished a Let's Free match with that. New Day defeated against the Creed Brothers as well. Massive fan of the New Day. They are just like wasting away in the back. But I do think they've had so much TV time over the years and so much championships and so much big things and, you know, Kofi Mania and then Big E winning the Intercontinental title and then the WWE title. Xavier needs a bit more, but he won the King of the Ring. I think they're just happy to help. I bet you if we have a conversation, they're the ones helping out other people and younger people and stuff like that. Feeding throughout with the comedy stuff as well. We'll say with the comedy stuff as well, R-Truth was backstage with Jelly Roll. R-Truth has been missed, man. Just that little hint of comedy in 2-minute segments, 1-minute segments in the back, comedy gold. So obviously they had an artist on there called Jelly Roll, a singer, Grammy Award-winning Jelly Roll. And while him and New Day and all these people were backstage and Maxine and Alpha Academy, R-Truth comes out of nowhere and he's like, yo, where's the Jelly Roll? Like, where's the Jelly Rolls and that, bro? And he's looking for it. And he sees the guy and he's like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm looking for Jelly Roll. He's like, I'm Jelly Roll. He's like, no. I'm looking for the award-winning Jelly Rolls, man. I'm hungry. I got a sweet tooth. And he's running around looking for it. And then he's like, Tozawa, show him the Jelly Roll. And I can't lie, it's stupid, but that Tozawa dance is hilarious, bro. He's a proper comedy character. The only thing I wish is leave him as the comedy character, but when he gets in the ring, make him serious, bro. When Booker T was doing all that stuff in the grocery store and that, he was serious in the ring, bro. When he was doing all the stuff against the Boogeyman, serious in the ring. King Booker, serious in the ring. So I wish they did that. Then they call he moved into the Judgment Day clubhouse, which is just backstage. And when they came back, Priest was like, "What you doing in there?" And he was just sitting on the chair, with his feet up, with jelly rolls on a plate, which was quite funny. But yeah, I found that funny, man. I miss him still. I miss R-Truth, man. Let me know if you want me to do the fantasy booking with R-Truth. I had an idea before. I could make R-Truth a champion before he ends his career. And so it's going to be a good championship no matter what. I can make him a champion, bro. Honestly. I got that in the locker still. But hold on a minute. What the hell? My screen? Oh, my screen on that double up thing. Okay. The Creed Brothers defeat Imperium. And then obviously, yeah. They're the number one contenders now. They get to fight the Judgment Day. They're going to lose to the Judgment Day, but life in it. So, here we go. Cody Rhodes. We know. Nah, man, Jinder Mahal's good, man. The real modern day Muharaja. And I got another video on Thursday planned. Not sure on the weather. What, Dad? You been doing videos, bro? Didn't tell me, bro. When I saw Jelly Roll, I thought, holy cow, Post Malone got fat. Jelly Roll's a big guy in it, man. Man look like Big John Studd and that, bro. But yeah, moving on from there, we had the typical, the traditional, the great, the inventive. Oh, I love it. We had the Cody Rhodes. So what do you want to talk about? Promo. Every week, Cody Rhodes comes out dressed like a goddamn heel, dressed like one of the four horsemen, dressed like he's better than everybody, but he's not heel and he should be. The man's mate. Am I wrong in this? Isn't Cody's name the American Nightmare, bro? Does that sound like a babyface name to you when his dad was the American Dream? It doesn't, does it? His whole thing should be, hey, fancy booking Savage, here we go. How you make Cody Rhodes heel? What you do is where they messed up is you see how Cody talks about his dad all the time. You should have had all the people who get into feuds with Cody talking about his dad in a positive way. Your dad was great. Your dad was amazing. Blah blah blah. Then Cody's like, "Did my dad ever talk about me?" Not really. Spoke about Goldust and that, bro. But he said that you just didn't listen and you never live up to the wrestling or whatever and that. Cody keeps talking about loving his dad. He speaks to his mom and that's your mom. Bring his mom on camera, man. Bring his mom on camera. Yo, these lot saying this, and then she has to say the truth. She has to say the truth that, well, they're not lying to you, man. Like you was a bit of a brat as a kid. You didn't really possess the great wrestling ability that your dad did and your brother did. And by the time you was ready to make your dad proud, your dad was dead. He's running around being stardust and that, bruv. There was nothing to be proud of. Bruv, that would turn him heel, bruv. Then he's the American Nightmare. Then he's like, I'm wearing suits to the ring because my dad was his dad's whole gimmick was he's the everyday man. He used to wear cowboy boots with a sports jacket and a vest, bruv. Meanwhile, Ric Flair and that was dressed in the gator shoes and the suits and that, bruv. Sending girls to Space Mountain, bruv. Apartment 121. It's perfect, bruv. And it should all be just that he didn't get his dad's approval, bro. I did, bro. Hey, man. What do I know, man? Yeah, Dad, I'll get in and send me the link, no problem. But anyway, he comes out, he cuts his promo and he talks about Survivor Series and Randy and how Randy's his mentor and he means so much to him. Then he talks about CM Punk being back, saying he's happy about it. And then the lights go off. I think this looked cool. I think this looked really cool. The lights went off like goddamn Undertaker's going to come back. And then it goes to the screen. And then Shinsuke cuts one of them bad boy Japanese promos and that with the subtitles. I can't lie. I think they look cold. While he's doing this though, and this has to stop, innit? I don't mind the mist at all, bro. But this has to stop. The lights come back on after the promo. Cody's staring at the screen. The fans are literally screaming their mind off. They're literally telling Cody, yo, someone's behind you, innit? Someone's behind you, they're screaming. What reason would Cody have to keep looking at the screen when the screen's gone off? He doesn't, and obviously when he turns around, mist to the face. And now we get that the person Nakamura he needs to unlock his darkness and all that stuff. It's against Cody. Now, I'm not mad at it. The only problem I have is Nakamura was great against Seth as well, and he went nowhere, bro. He beat him up. He lost. He went about Seth's back. Everyone noticed that Seth's back's fine now. You noticed that in the War Games match, there was nothing wrong with Seth's back, although he's supposed to have a fractured spine. So he lost, didn't he? He didn't win the title. Fair enough. Then he fought like Ricochet for a bit. Okay, that makes no sense. And now he's at Cody. Problem is when you fight Cody, you know you're gonna lose. I have to tell you again, bro. And if I'm wrong, I'm about one match out. Cody, since he's been back in the WWE, has lost 2 matches, bro. Of what I can remember. Forget any tag team matches where it's involved someone else apart from a belt. He lost to Roman Reigns, and he lost to the Judgment Day when he lost the belts, bro. Apart from that, he's had about 50 matches, 44 matches, something like that. And he lost, bro. So you know when you go against Cody, you might as well put someone else against him who doesn't mind losing. Crazy. Bring back legacy, make them edgy babyface and slowly become arrogant. Yep, it's a good scout. To make Cody heel, turn on Dusty's memory, and then hide behind bodyguards who paid. Hey, AOP would be great, man. You know what? I won't do it. I was gonna say if the story weren't going how it was now, Drew would be a great bodyguard. You know, like how we had Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Because then eventually, if Drew ends up being the bodyguard, has like US title run in between or something like that, and then eventually Cody will get arrogant with the bodyguard while he's got the title after he beats Roman or whatever. Then you get Drew McIntyre versus Cody, and everyone will be on Drew's side as a babyface by then because this guy will be pissing everyone off. Because you'll come out, first of all, you do the cheap heat thing. Oh, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, shithole. Piss everyone off. Your football team shit, your baseball team shit, NFL shit. You all dress like bums, dumpster fire. Shit. Easy. I don't want any of your food. You stink. Easy. Cook it up every week, bro. Easy, man. Of course. And I revealed the WWE Young Bucks. Oh, nah, I don't. Young Bucks did not have a place in the WWE, man. That wouldn't be good, man. Anyway, moving on from there. And speaking of what we spoke about earlier, this is what me and Anna were speaking about earlier. Now I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna say, what me and Anna said earlier, spot fests have their place in wrestling. This one, a quote unquote spot fest in terms of there was loads of like suicide dives but it was because they're big guys and they're very agile in it. And you know that when these two fight each other, Ivar's gonna do these mad flips and all that stuff, and for a big guy. But this was great, bro. The problem is that obviously there's no risk to the match. Nobody cared which one of them won. We know there's obviously Ivar's the one who's technically the heel, but like Bronson Reed don't really talk, so we don't even know why Bronson Reed and Ivar are angry every week. Put it that way. If this was a standalone match, if this match was in flipping New Japan, it'd be a great match. It was cold. They went into the crowd. There was moves through the barricades and in the crowd and front flips, and the security guards got beat up as well. They're big guys, man. There's a place for it. You know what I mean? Earthquake and Typhoon and that, bro. King Kong Bundy and Vader. Vader's the closest one because Vader was cold still. But match was great. What's it going to lead to? I predict it's going to lead to a 2 out of 3 falls match. No, it won't actually because there's no title. It would lead to a street fight or a falls count anywhere match or something like that. If there was a story though, oh my god, it would be perfect, man. They haven't even had an argument. Even if it was a simple storyline of I'm the best big man, no, it's a terrible storyline, but at least it's a storyline. Nothing. Can one of them insult the other ones? Here's one. Let's call him Jonah then, but that's his real name, isn't it? Bronson is of Samoan heritage, isn't it? Ivar is a Viking. Samoan warriors, that's what they're known for back in the day. And Ivar, the Vikings, are warriors. There's a whole TV program of it. There's everything about it. My missus had to learn it in school. It's a real thing. There you have it, man. There's the cultures. It ain't about them two. It's about family business. It's about being a warrior, bro. It's about the heritage. It's about you took the foreign land off us, bro. You Vikings invaded Samoa, and the reason why Samoa is so small is because you Vikings took it over. And I'm here to avenge it in modern day times. Hey, man. What WWE? Send me the contracts, man. I'll sign an NDA. I won't tell anyone. I'll tell the Demon Team in the members with or something like that. But I won't tell anyone, bruv. Come on, man. Come on, man. Easy stuff, bro. But it was a great match. Big them up still. They did their thing. But yeah, it's never going to go anywhere. So. Question Savage, is Orton and Reigns the two best heels in the last 10 years in WWE? Even in wrestling, people might say MJF, but he cut the same promo every time. 10 years. 10 years going back 2003. Roman is. I'm trying to think. Randy Orton's best heel run wasn't in the last 10 years. Randy's heel run in the last 10 years was with The Authority, was with Triple H, was with J&J Security and Kane and Seth Rollins. So he was good then. Because I think the match with John Cena was just before that. Yeah, 2014 was him. He was the champion. Daniel Bryan beat him. No, I don't think Randy's one of the best heels in the last 10 years, but he's one of the best heels of all time, just not in the last 10 years. Roman, definitely, because Roman's been heel for 3 years now. Well, lockdown 2019 ended that 20. Yeah, Roman's been the best. MJF was, but babyface MJF is not the same. The best heel that right now, currently in the business, is Christian. It's not even for me, bro. It's not even a question, bro. Like I won't even. And I love Roman in it, but as soon as Roman started to slow down a little bit, have more time off, Christian steps up, bro, and he's out here. Let me tell you what happened on AEW. People who don't watch it, innit? The guy Christian with is with Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus. they're his guys, on it. When he first met Nick Wayne, he was talking about the guy's dead dad. About no one know the reason why I don't know who your dad was as a wrestler because he was shit. And it's probably good that he's dead because then he didn't have to see what you turned out to be. That's what he said to him, bro. Now he comes in the other day, and because they lost that Full Gear to Edge, Sting, and Darby Allin, he blamed Luchasaurus on it. And he said to Nick Wayne, "It's not your fault. You're my son." He's taking him on as his son now, his protege. He's told Luchasaurus change your name to Kill Switch because Luchasaurus sounds stupid, and that's why you lost the match. Changing Nick Wayne's name to the Prodigy. Because he's talking about changing the boy's name, his mom runs down to the ring. She comes in the ring, and he cuts a promo on the mom and says she's a terrible mom. Maybe if you made the right choice and you was a bit better, you could have had to go with me instead of the dead dad. And you're a terrible mom, and this is why he's like this. And then Luchasaurus stood in the way. He pushed him. The mom fell on the floor, nearly knocked herself out. And then he ordered them to concerto the mom, bruv. He ordered them to concerto the mom, and he was about to do it. And then Edge's music hit. That's why he's the best in the business, bro. He's willing to go to any length. First time he saw Ric Flair come out on AEW 3 weeks ago, he laughed after the promo, and he said, "So this is what Tony Khan does. This is what's supposed to excite you people. A few gold chains, white hair, and black longs, bro. Bruv. This guy's the coldest, bro. This is the coldest." Oh, big up, Zen. Literally saw this while random. Oh, yeah, bro. The YouTuber's shambles right now. Randy's, at the moment, his face, he's only been back 1 day, really. Well, Survivor Series thing, so he's a face at the moment. But that's it. Pick up everyone inside. Okay, moving on from there, where we go to next. Scroll it down. Nia Jax versus Zoe Stark. Tony! Young Tony! Hey, man, I told you, didn't I? You heard me on the watch along, you heard me on the preview. Didn't I tell you this was going to happen to Tony Stark? I told you she can wrestle, she's going to have a great match, and then after the match, she's just going to lose to somebody because Nia should have been there in the first place. I told you all. I said it should have been Nia or Raquel, bro, or a triple threat match where no one, you know what I mean? What do you think was going to happen to Tony Stark, bro? I told you the biggest thing she's going to have in her career. I promise you this, and I'm so sorry. If I'm wrong, I'm happy for her. The biggest thing she's going to have is that she beat Trish up. I swear. You end up seeing. Can you imagine her being your champion? Our champion. What backstory does she have, bro? Hey, man. Saw this happen in the Marloff, man. Not even too much to get into other than that. She had a great match with Nia. Shout out to Nia because she looked great. But, yeah, got beat up, man. She got beat up, bro. Not much could do there. So, yeah. So it goes there, man. One of them ones. Remember big up Jen. Remember CM Punk is not here to make. Hey, man, you seen the title of the video. We're going to get to it when we get to the end. I need to say a few things about it, man. 09 Autumn was a different animal. Made people love him, even though he was a proper prick. Men kissed a lot of wrestling fans across Stephanie. Yeah, man. Then he was kicking. Bruv. Man already know, man. Legend Killer Orton. Dangerous stuff, man. Man kicked Mick Foley down the stairs in the head, bruv. Sergeant Slaughter kick. You know what I mean? Man was kicking up people, bruv. And as I said it before, I'll say it again, another female talent with zero backstory. How are we supposed to care or understand her motivation? Exactly. And you know what? Tell me if I'm wrong, innit? Tell me if I'm wrong. At the end of the day, you strip it all back. It's a job, isn't it? It's a profession. Being a pro wrestler, you work for WWE Incorporated. So technically, you could just take the paycheck, walk around backstage, walk around catering, and if you don't have anything for me, I'll just get paid. I'll be at the live shows. I'll be at some Make-A-Wish events and stuff like that. I'll do a couple of adverts, but apart from that, you could do that, innit? Okay, safe. Creative have a big job to do to fit everybody in because there's so much people on the roster, safe. But I don't believe that when these people don't have backstories, it's all the creative's fault. Because I feel like when they've told them about the character in the first place, in current modern day where people won't shut the fuck up on social media, why would you not take it upon yourself to just write stuff on social media then? We've seen it before. When people do certain things on social media or they do stuff in real life, it ends up in WWE storylines because you can't avoid it. That's why relationships end up. They only mention Ricochet and the ring announcer being together because they have to, because it's all over the internet. They have to. You know what I mean? The reason why they let Buddy Murphy turn up at the Hall of Fame is because everyone knows it really has to be there. Andrade, yeah, you with Charlotte, you have to be there, bro. We know. So if real things do get in there, they did the Seth Rollins and Becky versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Why? Everyone knows you together. You've had a baby. Might as well mention it. Get it in there. So I'm saying, sometimes you can throw things in yourself, and you can't just be sitting in catering moaning, and then when you leave, you're gonna be like, oh, blah blah, and then all these fake fans are gonna pretend like they care, that they miss you. They don't miss you. Bro, I see it all the time. Loads of them, so a couple of them follow me. Some of them follow them as well, the wrestlers and stuff. And when I go to the comment sections, even though I think they're cool people, sometimes I understand why no one had anything for you, or you've shown too much when you left in it. For example, there's been people that I've seen when they've left be great, and then I'm like, oh, I think WWE missed the boat there. They could have let him do this on screen. I've seen Top Dollar do it. Soon, the day he left, he posted a promo, and the promo was better than any promo he ever done in WWE on his Twitter. And then somebody tried to troll him, and he said, "Listen, with all due respect, I pitched this to them ages ago. They wouldn't let me do it. If they let him do it, it'd still be there now, and he'd be one of the top mid-card people." So it happens, man. This was good. This was good. So this segment called Jey Uso saves Seth freaking Rollins from Drew McIntyre attack. Now, this was interesting, bit stupid, bit good, bit of everything. I'll say that Seth comes out, and obviously the last time everyone saw Seth was the social media post of him losing his shit that CM Punk was there. Now, I told you guys already when we did the follow-up stream, and you asked me, do I think it's real? I said, I believe that Seth doesn't like CM Punk in real life. But the way he was acting, that wasn't real. I don't believe so. Now, it's good that the lines are blurred in it, because I can't tell you if factually it was. You can't tell me factually it wasn't, or either way around. But I believe it wasn't, simply because they weren't really holding him back like that for him not to be able to get through. So what was the excuse not to get there? And then when we found out about Seth was looking for CM Punk backstage, somebody just told us that he was looking for him backstage. No one saw it. There's no video of it. So, I mean, for all we know, he could be looking for him backstage to just clear the air. But that's great. That's fine, because that's the last time we saw it. Then Seth did a house show, and he got a promo on CM Punk there as well. If you guys haven't seen it, if you ain't saw it, then go look. It's on social media. He basically was bigging himself up by saying he's been busting his ass for years in this company, putting everything on the line while other people have left. I think they can just turn up and jump back on the train, which was about CM Punk. And then when he come out today, obviously the regular Seth thing is music goes and we get the well, he knows, isn't it? They were gonna start chanting CM Punk as he came out. He got in the ring, took the mic, yo, yeah, you guys go on, get it out of your system, keep shouting CM Punk. Keep shouting CM Punk, because I'm not here to waste my time. He said, I'm not gonna waste one more second of my time on this hypocrite. Then he just moved on to Drew McIntyre coming out. Now, I thought this was cool. I thought this was cool, bro. Because, well, they missed the trick not having CM Punk and Seth any kind of confrontation. I thought they missed the trick with that one. But I'll get to that when we get to CM Punk's part. But aside from that, I thought it was great because you can't just not address it. You have to address it. I think most people believe with what I believe, that by the time we get to WrestleMania, it'll probably be Seth and CM Punk, or a triple threat match or something like that. So yeah, cut that promo. Drew comes out. You know what Drew wants? He wants a rematch. He wants another shot. Big up Carl in the chat. He wants another shot at the title. He lost that crown jewel, even though he battered Seth at crown jewel, but Seth just got the roll up and won. And then Seth was like, because he had already said that I've got someone in mind to give a title shot to. Drew basically said to him, "Listen, okay, you're not going to give me the title shot, but can I just ask who you giving the title shot to?" And then Seth went a bit weird, like he didn't want to tell him the truth, and he said, "I have to be honest with you, I'm giving the title shot to Jey Uso." Then he got headbutted. Now, I was fine with this because Drew has a problem with Jey in it. But clearly, the problem I have is Jey isn't the one who cost you the title at Crown thingy at Clash at the Castle. It was Solo, bruv. I don't know if anyone remember. Solo came. Remember, this is the first time that we saw Solo on TV from NXT. He came out in a black hoodie. We thought it was the Usos and that. It was him. It was him who got involved. So surely you should be turning up. And I don't want to hear the excuse he can't go to SmackDown because we watched Cody Rhodes turn up on SmackDown 2 weeks ago and save LA Knight from Jimmy Uso. All of a sudden, he can't go to SmackDown. You know where the show is. You work for the company. Go and find Roman. You're not going to find Roman. So the next best thing is you take out Solo in it, and then you take out Jimmy. And I told you the storyline for Drew is written in this. It's so easy. It's so easy. In fact, if Roman wants to have more of a rest, let Drew take him off TV, bro. Go to SmackDown. Where's Roman? Where's this guy? Where's this guy? Can't find them. They're not here tonight. Who's here? Paul Heyman's here. Paul, if you don't get Roman by the end of this show, I'm going to take it out on you instead. He's phoning, "Oh, Roman, please, blah, blah, blah." We get to the end of the thing. Roman's music goes off. It's not Roman. It's Jimmy. Claymore to Paul Heyman. Neck gone. Jimmy comes out, tries to save Paul. Claymore to him. Beats both of them up. The week after, Solo's there. Takes out Solo. Doesn't put him on the shelf, but takes him out. The week after, he gets to Roman eventually. Breaks down into the back office. Claymore. Have the lights go off. When the lights come back off, Roman's there with a table on top of him, a couple of chairs. Roman gets written off TV for a bit because he's resting anyway. And then that's it, man. The story's there, bro. But what do I know, man? What do I know? Flipping out. But yeah, while that happened, headbutted him, started beating the shit out of him. I did like the way he beat Seth up still. It looks very realistic. And then Jey Uso's music hits and the crowd go crazy because the crowd loves Jey Uso, bro. I keep telling people this. He's over as hell. He's got to have a title in his eyesight soon. I think we should do Jimmy versus Jey at WrestleMania, to be honest. But I don't know if anyone will have a title by then. I would probably go down the route of no title on the line. Jimmy versus Jey. Let's get it done, innit? Special guest referee Rikishi. Done deal, man. Said what I said. If you hear that anywhere else online, it came from me. Anyway, moving on from that. Big up everyone inside. Yeah, honestly, he's right, man. Seth's right for what he done. Big up Kyle. Raw was awesome. He was, yeah, it was good, man. It was good. Some wrestlers and fans love don't connect to the majority of the fan base. Yeah, moving the needle's massive. Okay, let me just tell you this, innit? We're skipping past this real quick. I love Chelsea Green, and that's the end of that story. That's the end of that story because Piper Niven's changed her costume again. Now she's dressed like some Scottish warrior from back in the day. Never seen it before. Braveheart and that. Chelsea Green's cold. Piper Niven. Natalia has been around for too long now. Nothing going on. Go to NXT. Help the women out down there. Tegan Knox, multicolored hair. And the only thing I know about Tegan Knox is she's not American and she's got the shiniest wizard as a finishing move. So move on from there. Then we get the main event match of the night: Randy Orton versus Dominic Mysterio. I mean, listen, we didn't expect Dominic to win this match, innit? But to be fair to Dom, he put on a great match. And we have to wait to see what the storyline is at the moment with Randy. I hope his storyline is not going to be fighting the Judgment Day week in, week out, and then ends up with a pay-per-view match against Finn Balor. I'm not trying to see that, even though him against Finn will be cool, but not in the Judgment Day. So I'm going to be patient with Randy Orton because he's only just come back. It's his first Raw back. So we have to see what happens next. But yeah, good match, man. Good match. played a decent part in it. Had JD ringside. Jelly Roll was in the crowd behind the commentator's table. And at one point, JD tried to argue with him, tried to argue with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll gave him one hell of a push. That's a big guy, bro. Sent him packing. Got back up. Dominic tried the same thing. Same thing to Dom. Sent him packing. It's a bit weird though because I don't know myself. I'm not no referee, bro. But if you put your hands on somebody in the match and you're in the crowd, technically there's no security guard trying to stop you because we know who you are, celebrity. Surely that Dominic wins that match for disqualification. Am I wrong? He put his hands on him, bro. Anyway, send it back in, and then Randy gives him the suplex thing through on top of the table twice, spinal into the ring. JD tries to distract him. 619, looking like what's going on here? Is Dom gonna win? Goes top, goes for the frog splash, misses, and you know what's next, man? The 3 deadliest letters in the world, bro. RKO from Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. Randy wins his first match back. Had to happen. He looks dangerous. He looks in great shape. He's got more muscle. He looks like a heavyweight. Yeah, man. Not mad at it still. Not mad at it at all. Big him up. You know, they know what it is. And then, yeah, we move on to the final segment of Raw. We're closing in on the final segment of this stream as well. Now we're an hour plus, but we get the long-awaited CM Punk. I thought this was smart. I know a lot of people were expecting CM Punk to be there at the beginning of the show. It was, I think it was advertisement free for the first hour. But if you think about it properly, why would they give you CM Punk in the first bit of the show when the chances are he might not even come back for the rest of it? Now they'll give you one. You can just turn it over. So smart from what they did there. He came out, he addressed the crowd, and yeah, he addressed the crowd, bro. Now I don't want to be that guy, and I'm gonna do a separate video on it. I'm probably gonna do it today actually, on why CM Punk is a hypocrite and why Seth is right. And I'm talking kayfabe terms / kind of shoot. I don't have a problem with CM Punk, but everything Seth said is correct. Now, before anyone says anything to me, I have to let you know that before I went live, I did this purposely. I watched CM Punk on Rampage TV for the first time. 17 million views on YouTube. I watched the whole segment. Well, yeah, the whole segment, about 9 minutes of him talking. Bro, I think WWE has way too many baby faces and not enough top heels on it. Someone obviously has to be heel out of these guys because you can't have. Also, quick question as well. Why was everyone just talking to Drew like he wasn't just against him in the War Games match? Am I tripping? He's speaking to Seth normal. He spoke to Sami Zayn normal. But then he told Sami Zayn that, next week we're going to have a match against each other. Sami Zayn caught a good promo on him, actually, backstage. Basically said to Drew, you're being a big baby and like everything you're moaning about, I've had it 10 times worse than you. I don't know if that's true, Sami, because you was in the bloodline, innit? Drew was on the outside getting done over, but that's here or there. Yeah, Seth was right. And if you ask me, I think the way to go with CM Punk, I think CM Punk should be the one who turns heel, bro. I think CM Punk should be the Monday Night Raw heel, bro. I really believe so because his promo, I don't want to sound cheesy. I don't want to sound corny, but I need to say it because I don't know how I feel. And I didn't know how I feel, and it's about feelings. I have to say, I'm home. And I've been wanting to say this, and it's been 9 long years, and for 9 long years, I've heard you people, I've heard the fans, I've heard you chanting my name, and I've listened. I cannot make this up. He said the exact same thing on AEW, bro. The only thing he changed was the fact that he said 7 years instead of 9 years. I watched it just before I came on this, bro. He got the same promo. Just walked in the ring, didn't do anything else but speak. Then he addressed the people in the back. He met, on that other AEW promo as well. He said, I hope you guys understood that I couldn't make myself better in the place that made me sick in the first place. So I had to leave to get myself back together. which him leaving WWE. And then this, he said, a wise man told me you have to leave to come back and make yourself better. Okay, same again. Then he addressed everyone in the back and he said, it's been all kisses and hugs backstage. Someone even kissed me on the mouth. Everyone's happy to see me. People are really happy to see me. Ask me how I am. Apart from, well, and then he said, well, not everybody. That's alluding to Seth, obviously. And basically saying Seth's not happy, but everyone else is. I think that's a shot at all of the dirt sheets as well, to just say, listen, you just keep talking shit about what's going backstage, and everyone's happy with me being here. So he does all of that. Then he mentioned AJ Lee's name on TV for the first time in 9 years. And I was very happy. I was very ecstatic about it. I know that she had a neck problem at the time. She didn't stop wrestling because of the neck problem. I think she had one. And I saw her in Wild Women of Wrestling. And then ever since then, she's been called April, but we're not sitting her properly. But he said that AJ sends her regards. AJ to Royal Rumble confirmed. And then, yeah, he done all of that business. He says the best in the world's been missing for 10 years. And he feels like some people are scared of who he is and all this business, and that the most dangerous man, the most controversial man in wrestling is back. So, yeah, feed into the controversy. You have to, innit? Because people think you're a jackass. Now, for the people who are like, oh, I should have took the mic and went out there and buried AEW. First of all, I don't want either company to do that. I think it's childish and I think it's a bit cheap. If you're on AEW, you can, if it's a little joke every now and again or a little line that like it's about your own company in the other show, safe, innit? So if CM Punk was referring to something that he did in AEW, safe, or if Cody was referring to something, that's different. But when you start dissing the other companies and that, knowing that you can easily lose your job one day and probably need another job in that same company, the fans stop trusting you. And he mentioned all of that. CM Punk chants ran wild. And then the last thing he said, he looked at the camera and said, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. If that is not, bro, that's the most heel thing you could say, bro. It's the most. So what? For me, turn him heel, bro. Because the whole segment should have been based on, I'm here to make money, bro. I ain't here to make no damn friends, bro. That should have been the whole thing he said. We didn't need all the, because let me be honest on it. It isn't like we haven't seen CM Punk in 9 years, and even people who only watch WWE but don't watch AEW went to AEW to watch CM Punk turn up. Let's not lie. They didn't get 17 million YouTube views out of nowhere. They only have 900,000 people watching Dynamite every week. So the 90 million are not AEW fans. So everyone's seen him. The AEW one was different because no one had seen him for that long, apart from in the UFC. So that makes complete sense. But what he said was so heelish. And I know we can't bring up the AEW Titantron in it. But I think Seth's promo should be, when everyone comes out next week and everyone's cheering his name, Seth should start bringing up a story. He should take off all the city clothes. He should come out in a t-shirt and just talk. He tie up your hair if you need to. And just say, listen, I see what my actions are. I cause a lot of kids online to, set a bad example, but I was angry. And I wasn't angry for myself. I was angry for you guys. I was angry for the fans. Somebody like me, and then even mention people who don't turn up that often. It's someone like me, or even Brock Lesnar, even Roman Reigns, who doesn't turn up every week. At least they haven't left the company. At least they're here for this company. We're on this ship, whether it's sinking or whether it's flowing through the water. But this guy is a hypocrite. This guy doesn't care about you guys, and I can prove it. And then they're going to go, oh, boo, blah, blah. CM Punk come out, he's talking rubbish, blah, blah. It's like, okay, we know that we're not going to do certain things, but on a certain day, on a certain company, on a certain return, somebody said after 7 years, and then repeat what he said, and then just go, listen, he said this in a different company. He doesn't care about you guys. He's recycled it. He's here for the money. And then CM Punk could just snap, and he go, yeah, I'm here for the money, so you guys don't care about me. He said, when I was in the UFC, getting my ass whooped and that, where were you guys? When Phil Brook was in there, getting his ass whooped, getting hate on social media from UFC guys, where were you lot? So I'm here for myself. I'm here for Chicago only. Chicago made Punk. If it's not Chicago, I don't care. And then whatever city he's in, just bleep it out. He doesn't have to really swear. Just bleep it out and just say "F you" in it. Hey man, I just give a whole great promo there. Why remember to sort me out, bruv? That's easy, bruv. Because Seth hasn't been babyface for that long, really. Like he changed because of his music pretty much, but he's already done the heel thing. So I think, you know what I mean? That's the way, man. And then you got a main heel guy there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I would and he doesn't listen. Can you imagine that? The heel Punk, bro. But I don't know. Anyway. Question set for Randy Orton, AJ, Reigns, Seth, and the who's on the roster? Are you who are sure Hall of Famers on the roster? Oh, and the Usos, I think you said. I mean, if you want to, do you want me to do with integrity and that? Because let's be honest, some of the Hall of Fame is just based on popularity, but everyone deserves something just on the basis of throwing your life on the line every week. But I think sure Hall of Famers in the company right now, off what they've actually done. I'm not going to mention Cody Rhodes and them people because eventually you'll get there, but no. I think CM Punk stays around. CM Punk is just for what he did up around the 2011 times and before that against John Cena and Undertaker and The Rock. I think Charlotte. Mate. Usos. I mean, no, you said Usos. New Day. R-Truth. Miz. Gunther will be as well. But the Miz definitely should be in there. And yeah, that's kind of it. I think Kevin Owens and Finn Balor eventually, but off the ones where it's basis, yeah, them people there. Big up, Adam. Thank you for saying that. I rewatched the first AEW promo last night as well. So glad you brought this up. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. The only difference is it looks way more healthier on this one, but and I have to say this. I know everyone's a bit WWE biased and stuff like that, and the first thing everyone wants to do is instead of just enjoying CM Punk being back, you have to start mentioning, wow, this pop was way better than the one he got AEW, and this I'm sorry, you're lying to yourself if you think the pop at Survivor Series is bigger than the AEW one. It wasn't, bro. Now, granted, the AEW one, they knew he was turning up, so everyone was already CM Punk ready. There wasn't a person in there who wasn't a CM Punk fan. But I promise you, I just watched it back before this. That's one of the loudest things I've ever heard. When no one's talking and they're just chanting CM Punk, so loud. Sami Zayn will forever be loved. The WWE Universe has been ice cold after the Bloodline, but he comes out. The guy goes crazy for him. Even when his conspiracy theory, Sami was so cold against Logan Paul with the documentary. I thought it was beautiful, man. Dope. Sami Zayn got it, man. But sadly, I don't know, man. His heel, because heel Sami Zayn was still kind of a nice guy, innit? He looked like he reluctantly was being heel. He wasn't so much a heel. He was almost, I'll do what I have to do to prove myself to Roman and the Bloodline, but I'm not really a heelish guy. But he was great, man. And like I said, the promo we cut with Drew was dope today. It's just that that's all he's going to get in it. And then he's going to get his head kicked off next week. But hey. Big up Gary. Heel Punk will draw, but he will be still cheered. Yeah, exactly. CM Punk, I mean, MJF, the whole time he was heel in AEW, he come out, talk shit about your city, and people still cheer him. When I went for Love for Wrestling in Liverpool, he came out and he dissed everyone. He dissed all the Scousers. He dissed everyone in the crowd. Said they were all ugly and stuff like that. Everyone cheered him still. So some people are loved like that. So just do it, innit? But anyway, guys, it's the end of the show, man. I enjoyed it. I'm trying to keep him constant in it. So this is the second one in a row. Keep it going. The only time I'm going to miss this Raw review show is literally if I've got a client in between that time or something. But hopefully on a Tuesday anyway, I can find the time to throw it in. It just might not be at this time. Please, again, do me a big favor. Hit the notification bell. Make sure it's personalized to this channel just because, you know, they're shadow banning me. And if you don't check, then you're going to have to start. You know what I mean? You're going to have to start looking for subscriptions around 12 o'clock to see if I'm live. So be interesting. Dad said, who do you think is next for MJF? I was in a feud at the moment, innit? So I think Samoa Joe, innit? Until that's done, that's the way to go. But big up everyone inside. Join me later on, not on this channel, but on Endman TV. We'll be doing the Premier League Team of the Week. Should be good. Join over, come and have you say. It's interactive in it, so you guys in the crowd will be able to help us as well, and we'll get that done. Special thanks to everyone in the chat, everyone coming along. For the people who are coming on later, thank you very much. Enjoy your Tuesday. For the guys who are already here, thank you very much. Anna, go on HUGO online. My trailer reaction's on there. It's on there. So yeah, jump on there now. It's on. I've done it like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. But yeah, throw it on there. It's on there. But yeah, big up everyone, man. Love for the love, guys. I don't know if we've got anything else coming up. I'm not naming, but anyway, we'll find out anyway, bruv. You already know the vibes. Wise man once told me.